still the people, because a lot of these girls don't get a chance to eat. They work, and they get 1 meal a day. And that's when they end up in the homeless shelter. So we go down and we feed them at the homeless shelter. And I'm in uniform because I want to make the kid, everybody in the homeless shelter not fear the police. Because there's this disconnect between law enforcement and the homeless people in the community, those who are involved in drugs and those who are involved in sex trafficking. And we see the connection between mental health, sex trafficking, and these girls abusing themselves. So I want to thank you for the honor. But I really want you to take this very serious, because this organization needs absolutely the funding it needs. It needs the support that it needs, because these young ladies are out there. And I've been saying to a lot of them to give them hope, because the will to live is stronger than the will to die. And no matter what they have been through, no matter what they're doing, I never look down on them. And I say this to all the people who are around me. They'd be like, oh, look at her, she's got sores all over her body, and she's looking like this. I said, do you know one time that lady was the most beautiful thing a parent ever saw? She was the most beautiful child a parent ever saw. Look at her now. But what you see is a system that's so disorganized to help the people that need to be helped. And this is why this organization needs to happen. I'm on the front line, I know this. And I'm giving our girls hope that hope is coming. And that's the only thing they're holding on to. So you're very relevant, you're very significant by your presence here tonight. But understand this is war. And it is war for our sanity, and it's a war to retrieve our young ladies back from hell. Thank you.
This came into my email this morning, and I just had to share it. It's a letter that one of the survivors and graduates from the Thistle Farms program wrote. And I just think it really sums up what this program is about, and what I can't wait to hear one of the women from our program write about us. She said, this is Jennifer C., and she's a graduate of Thistle Farms and is now the hospitality and storefront coordinator at Thistle Farms. There's a special place in Nashville called Thistle Farms. At Thistle Farms, we daily proclaim the truth that love heals. As a woman healing from childhood sexual assault, human trafficking, drug addiction, and prostitution, I walked through the doors of Thistle Farms believing that if I could just stop using drugs, then all of my problems would be solved. I had no idea how deep-rooted my trauma was. Recovery from addiction was only the first step. Housing paired with trauma-informed care were instrumental to my healing. At a standard rehab facility, housing is short-term and costly. Becca Stevens, Thistle Farms founder, recognized that so much more was needed for women survivors to find independence. I could hardly believe it when I came to Thistle Farms and was told I could live rent-free in a beautiful home with other survivors and focus on my recovery for 2 full years. I was also able to work at the Thistle Farms social enterprise, where I continue to be employed today in order to save money for my future. The security of knowing everything would be paid for during the whole 2 years allowed me some breathing space to heal. I didn't have to worry about eviction, the electricity being cut off, where I would wash my clothes or take a shower. I knew that I had a comfortable bed to lie in, and this allowed me to focus on becoming the woman I am today. It is because of this community that I can honestly say that for the first time in a very long time, I feel innocent. To allow myself to give and receive love is so restorative and feels like redemption. I am a living witness to the truth that love is the most powerful force in the world.
Wow.
So that's what we're trying to do here. So now, it's my pleasure to introduce my very dear friend. I've known Sonia, I think we're going on 20 years, perhaps? I think it's about 20 years, and it was shortly after we met that she shared with me her love of singing. And I think it was about 5 years into our friendship, she moved down to Nashville. And I was so sad because I thought my friend was gone. But our friendship has withstood all those miles, and we stay in touch, and every time she's here, we see each other, and she's done a couple of house concerts for me in the past. And now, when I go down to Nashville, Tennessee, I get to stay at her home. Bonus. When she's there, that's right. But it's my distinct pleasure to introduce Sonia Lee.
Thank you, friend. So the candle of hope is still burning.
So what happened instead was I hit my bottom because I was alone, I was scared, and I just started drinking more. And when I finally got the help I needed, I started writing songs again. I eventually found other people in recovery to write songs with. And so I'm always looking for song ideas. So I was actually singing at a venue in San Antonio, Texas for an international conference. And somebody came up to me and handed me a little piece of paper. And it was the one and only time that somebody came up and handed me an idea for a song. So I stuck it in my pocket, I looked at it, and later on I took it out and I thought, this is a good idea, and I really wasn't sure how to write it, but it said, there are no shortcuts. You have to go through it. And I thought, well, isn't that the truth? I mean, what I just shared with you is exactly it. You can't go through it. You can't go around the pain. You can't sweep it under. You can't just disregard the trauma. You have to deal with it. So a few years later, I would write this song with my friend, Jeremy Spillman.
Wow.
You're 1,000 miles from any place that you wanna be, and the map you're holding showing nothing but a hard road in between. And it's not the road you wanna go down, but you know you don't wanna stay. 'Cause nothing ever changes when you're standing in one place. 'Cause anything you ever learned the easy way is hardly worth unknowing. And there's never any shortcut to any place that's ever worth the going. And the longest journey that you'll ever take starts with the first step. And I guess it never ends until you take your final breath. Look around, you're not the only one who's traveling down this road. And even when you feel it that's ever worth the going. There's an easier way, but we know that just takes you nowhere. Yeah, I've been there. Is anything you ever learned the easy way? Is Hollywood the nowhere? And there's never any shortcut to any place that's ever worth the going. Yeah, there's never any shortcut to any place that's ever worth the going. Thank you. Did have a lot of, there's a saying, incomprehensible demoralization, where we go to places where we would never do, we never thought we'd go, we cross lines we never thought we would, and I've been there. And when I got sober and started really taking the time to work on myself with the help of a mentor and other people, at one point I had to look at relationships. I had to do an inventory of my past relationships, and when I did that, I discovered a lot, and it revealed a lot to me. And I revealed that I was forgiven for anything I felt shame over and guilt over, and that I had a clean slate. And I had this woman asked me, so I want you to write down what you're looking for in a relationship, in a man. And I thought, wow, I never thought about that. And some people do. I talked to a woman here earlier who did that. She thought about that, and she would write things down. But I don't know, I just never thought to do that. I never thought about it. I just ended up with whoever I would end up with, and try to make a relationship out of that, and good, bad, or whatever. I just thought I was supposed to stick it out and make it happen. And so she said, well, I want you to start writing things out. I want you to really think about it, and I want you to bring God into the picture, and I want you to pray about it. Pray about the things that you're looking for, because you can't find something if you don't even know what you're looking for, So when I brought this Shoebox Man kit, after I sing the song, It Will All Make Sense, but I made a little gift item that is around the song. When I brought that to Thistle Farms, the place that Sue was talking about, some of the women just said, they just flocked towards it. They're like, I need that. I think we all need to know what we're looking for, and we all need to try to be that as well. So anyhow, one time I was on an airplane, and it was one of those times where I wrote a song in a few minutes, and it just came out of me. So I'm gonna sing that song right now, and the Shoebox Man kit is over there if you know a young girl or young woman that would like one. In a place under my bed, in a tattered old shoebox, is a secret that I've had ever since I was a child. If you found it, you wouldn't understand what it is. Just a bunch of slips of papers folded up within. Grandma used to tell me she knew one day I'd find someone who'd fit all of the papers inside. She'd say, every time you love someone or have a broken heart, write down what you love about him most, and put it in the shoebox underneath your bed. Give it to God to hold. one day you will understand when you find your shoebox man. She said, be patient, my child, it might take a while, 'cause when God makes someone special, it often takes some time. And I knew what she was telling me, it must have been the truth, 'cause in the shoebox she had saved was the grandpa that I knew. And she'd say, every time you love someone or have a broken heart, write down what you love about him most. Put it in the shoebox underneath your bed. Give it to God to hold, and one day you will understand when you find your shoebox man. And I know that
From heaven above.
Sorry, I don't know the chords to my own song. And I know that Grandma in heaven above will cry those happy tears when she sees, as I walk down the aisle today, with the shoebox man that God has made for me. And she'd say, every time you love someone or have a broken heart, write down what you love about him most. Put it in the shoebox underneath your bed. Give it to God to hold, and one day you will understand when you find your shoebox man. Yeah, one day you will understand when you find your shoebox man. Thank you. And down, oh mirror in the sky, what is love? When the child in my heart rise above, can I handle the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. Bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. My love took it down. Climb a mountain and turn around, and if you see my reflection in Nashville, she came to Nashville, and I used to do her hair extensions because every hairdresser, every songwriter, like in New York, every actor has another job, is a waitress. Well, same thing in Nashville. Every songwriter is a waiter or waitress, or does something else. And a lot of them sing backup for somebody on the road, you know, which sounds glamorous, but it's really hard work, hard to be away from family. But so I'm a hairdresser, which I love to do anyway. And she came to me, and I was doing them for a while, and I never got the nerve to ask her, but one day I finally said, can you tell me what this song is about? Because I know the 60s were wild and crazy, but, you know, I don't know, I just wonder, like, where the song came from. She said, well, sure. She said, you know, I wasn't a partier at all. In fact, I didn't drink at all. But one time, she said, I did this fast. It was like a 2-week fast. And I was starving, so I went to McDonald's, and I ate like 3 hamburgers and a few things of fries, and I wrote the song down on a napkin. And I was like, what? That is not at all what I was expecting. But it was amusing, and I will never forget it. And this was the song.